Are you looking to get that high quality video at an affordable price? In this interview with Studio Build Pro David Foster, we chat about how to get that professional looking content on a budget. Everything from affordable tips, equipment recommendations, and more for your recordings and live streams coming up. All right, so I've got David Foster from Live Streaming Pros who actually built this studio. Thank you so much, David.
You're welcome.
And I'm excited to have you on here because, obviously I just gave a little tour of the studio. But the thing that really stuck out to me was how good the quality of the video was. Tell me how you got such great quality out of this studio and my gear.
When you look at quality in videos, it's basically a good lens. A lens is really what makes the video. And a lot of people are obsessed with the camera and the features. That doesn't matter as much as the lens. I can accomplish with a $300 camera a really good look if I have a good lens. So if you're going to invest your money, invest in a lens more so than a camera. And so that's basically what we did. You've got a Sony a7 III with a G Master Sony 24-70 lens, which is about a $2,500 to $3,000 lens, depending on when you got it. And that makes a huge difference.
Yes.
But I could take that same lens, put it on a $300 camera, and get the same look.
Now, I will tell you this, I've been using this camera for a while, right? This A7 with this lens in my office, but I never could get this quality out of it. What else did you do to really enhance the colors and the sharpness? Because I definitely wasn't getting it in my old 10x10 office.
I boil that down to lighting, not only what's coming on you, but what's behind you. And then also just dialing in your white balance better. And I don't know if you did white balancing and stuff when you had that before, because I did notice that it tended to be a little bit on the yellower side.
Yeah, warmer side.
Yeah, and so looking at your skin tone, I didn't want you to be warm because your skin is already a little bit warm, right? So you look better in daylight colors. So I always determine, because I have some clients that look better with the yellowish lighting. Like I have Michael Hyatt, for instance. I lit him daylight on the top, tungsten, which is the yellow, on the bottom, because of the way his skin tone was. So nobody's ever exactly the same. Dialing in the colors, dialing in the white balance is really what helped me get the...
For sure. The last thing that we didn't have in that little office that we have here is this gigantic light, right?
Yes.
I don't even know what kind of light it is, but it's got this huge softbox. That definitely probably made a difference too, right?
These are the Aperture 300Ds, and the D is for daylight. They also have the 300Ts, which would be the yellower color. Just look at the size of this dome, okay? That dome is absolutely huge, but what it does is it really fills an area with perfect lighting. It's basically like sitting in front of a window and getting natural outside light. And you've got two of them. You've got one coming in from the back and one coming in from the front. And it just really fills this space and fills your skin. So basically what you're trying to do when you're lighting is eliminate all the shadows, but like where your eyes go in and all that stuff, you're eliminating those shadows, but you're also trying to fill the space as well, right? When you're looking at lighting, that's the thing. Like you put a light on you like this and you're shining up and you're shining it on you and you're getting rid of the shadows, but you look at your camera and say, okay, there's a little dark spot right here. Well, that's why you would get another light to fill that in. So you just kind of like, lighting is one of those things you play with over time and just fill in the dark places. And yeah, these are the perfect lights to do that with.
Yeah, awesome. And the quality is undeniable. You guys see it in the broadcast, obviously in this video. In addition to your skills, right, and your experience and what you did for the studio, this was a pretty penny. And some of these components are really expensive, from the camera to the lighting and just different components. For those people at home who are maybe starting out on a smaller budget or just getting started, what's your advice for them to get the same type of quality? You kind of mentioned it with lens and the glass versus a body. What would you say to people out there that are just beginning?
Chances are you may have a camera that already works, but if you don't, if you're looking to invest, like if I were just getting started right now and I knew what I know now, I would go get a Sony a5100, which is about a $300 camera you can find on Amazon, refurbished, or on eBay. And then the Sigma 16mm f1.4 lens, which is a really wide lens, but it's very versatile because you can get it very close to you, so it works great in small spaces. Most of us don't have a big garage that we're building a studio out of. We're dealing with very small spaces. I, for instance, have a 500 or 700 square foot apartment, that I'm using half of as my studio, I need my lens to be close. I can touch it. And so you're looking at under $900 for that, and then you need to run a HDMI cable out of that camera into a capture card. And the capture card that I recommend for just getting started is about 130 bucks. It is the Elgato CamLink 4K. And then you can plug that into either a Mac or a PC, and that alone can give you a really great shot. Now, that's before you get software. So you could use that on Skype, on Zoom, on things like that. But then if you want to do the next level, that's getting software where you can bring that in and then add graphics and stuff to it and go live.
For sure. And if you guys are interested in more deep dives into my studio, whether it's the live setup, the decorations, or the cameras and the equipment, we're going to be creating a whole series. So make sure you subscribe to Video Influencers for more videos like this and in-depth looks into the components of this YouTube studio. For those of you who might not be able to afford a lens or a camera even, just start with your phone. You know, a phone, these days, the iPhone 11, you know, that's kind of expensive, but any phone with AC camera, the trick to making that phone work for your videos is tons of lighting. So this light was pretty expensive, but just make sure you blast the lights. What I used to do back in the day, I'd get every single lamp in the house, as long as the color temperature of those light bulbs are the same, and you just want to brighten it as much as possible. Go in front of a window with natural lighting. That's what this light is doing. It's creating natural lighting, like the biggest skylight known to man. And so that's
with cloud coverage.
With cloud coverage, right? So that's why you want to lean more on the side of use what you've got, whether it's your phone or whatever camera, and get as much lighting as possible. So,
and I just did that actually shooting some of the vlogs that I did while I'm up here. Is I'm in a hotel room that never has good lighting, right? And there's really nothing, you can't move the lamps around and do all that. But if you just open the window, stand in front of the window, and you're getting the back of the hotel room is a little bit darker, so they're not really seeing that my bed's not made and all that stuff. And then the light looks great on the front, and that's exactly right. Lighting is the thing that's going to make, so if you're dealing with like webcams and you get like grainy footage and stuff like that, it all has to do with lighting. Just brighten yourself up and you're going to solve a lot of your problems.
So the last thing I want to ask you is, we did a huge reveal after you built this studio for me. Tell us a little bit about your channel and what they can expect on that reveal and what you talk about in your Pimp My Studio video of this studio.
So basically, we came in here when this was a blank slate. You literally had just painted the floor. So we had to wear booties to come in and walk around through here. And you're going to see how much echo there was. It was so bad. Like, I've not dealt with a studio that had that much echo, but I've not built one in this big of an empty room. So I knew all the challenges. So you kind of see us talk through those challenges and how are we going to fix that and what are we going to do. And then just basically the thought process behind, why am I putting the camera here? Why are we this far away from the wall? You know, why did we leave that half open? And why did we put production over here? All of the decisions that went into that, where the lights were placed and all of that, we're going to cover in great detail. And also what equipment is in here. We go into great detail into that. People are going to want to know that, right? So that's what we're covering in the reveal. And it's kind of, you know, really cool because one thing that I really liked about it was your genuine reaction. Because like, I knew what you expected, and I knew, because looking at where you had come from, but then to see your face when you saw what this actually was like, that's why we do this.
I want to describe how I looked, but you'll just have to watch the video. So make sure you go check it out. We'll put it in the description box below. And thank you so much for building this amazing studio.
Yeah, thank you for letting me.